Hello again. I had a thought about our previous test on the reed switch, and it occurred to me that we haven't actually successfully tested our thinking out with an actual magnet, because if you remember, the reed switch was being activated by the motor magnet. So what I've done is I've just taken off the non-powered bogie off that locomotive I had, and I've stuck a magnet on that is 2mm by 15mm diameter, just to make sure that this will actually work in practice. So I run it past my little test switch, turn it on. There's the reed switch there. So turn that on. So yes, the LED is lighting, and it seems a slightly bit hit and miss, so maybe it needs to be closer, but it is working there. So I'm going to move that reed switch away and just see how far it needs to be away before nothing happens at all, before we won't get a signal at all. Let's try that. And the answer is the reed switch has to be no more than 8mm away from the nearest rail, according to my check, for the magnet to operate it. So I certainly wouldn't go any further than that, and that's quite a big magnet. So just out of interest, I'll try a smaller magnet and see what that does. Okay, another test. I've put a small magnet now. This is 1mm by 8mm diameter. I put it to one side of the bogie, as you can see, because putting it in the middle didn't affect the reed switch. But if you put it on one side of the bogie, then we do get it to work. So those small magnets are okay as well, but you would probably have to put one on each side of the bogie, because obviously depending on which direction the locomotive came from as to which side the reed switch operated. So in summary, the magnets on the bottom of the locomotives will work. You just got to be a bit careful where you place them. The bigger magnet I could stick in the middle, and that seemed to work okay. Smaller ones I think you need to put on either side, and certainly the reed switch needs to be either on the rail or very close to the sleeper. I think any further away than that, then it won't operate. And that probably answers my next question, is whether you could put the reed switch actually under the deck and have the train run over it. I might try that, but I get a feeling it won't work because there's just not enough magnetic force to do it. But if I can do that, I'll add a video, but otherwise I think the reed switch is going to have to be placed close to track as shown there. One more thing I thought we should try. This is my decking thickness, 12mm, and I've taped the reed switch to the underside of it and put it in the middle of the track. So this is the motor end of the locomotive, and as you can see, the reed switch is operating through the decking, which I was quite surprised by, really. So in theory, you don't need to put the reed switch at all on anywhere near the track. On the actual decking below it will seem to be quite good. I'm just going to try that with a magnet stuck to the other end and see what happens. So this is the bigger magnet, the 2mm thick one. This is non-powered bogie, so no motor on it, and yes, that works the reed switch as well. Alright, final test. Let's just see if the small magnets do as well. With the small magnets, the only way I could get it to work is to put 4 stacked on each other. That's 4mm thick, which I think would start to catch on point work. So let's see, it works, but that's with 4 magnets. So yeah, the bigger magnet seems to be the best bet because it's only 2mm thick. But as we said previously, the motor on its own seems to be operating it. So I think it's going to be very much see what works for you. But certainly I'm going to try a couple of examples on my actual layout with the reed switch below the decking and some magnets or even the motor on the locomotive to operate them. So I'm going to give that a go. I hope that's been a helpful addition, and good luck with it. Bye.